Hi everyone and welcome to today's General Hospital Recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. So, a first order of business, last week's winner for Character of the Week was Michael for keeping Nell around and talking to her. And now let's get to today's General Hospital Recap. So at the JASAM penthouse, Sam tells Jason that she's pregnant and that she's worried because she's been drinking and acting reckless and, you know, potentially having malaria. So she's scared and she shares that. She really opens up and she says the first test came back negative, but she's waiting on the second test, and he says, you know what, whatever happens, we'll deal with it together. And she says, like, she was really happy, and then she was really scared when Dr. Finn told her that having malaria could, that she's been exposed to malaria, possibly exposed to malaria, and it could have pregnancy complications. And she says that she's reminded mistakes she made with Danny about hiding that initially and all that happened there, and he promises that he'll always be there for her, and they both learned from mistakes in the past and it won't happen again. And now she's mad at herself for being all worried and keeping it to herself, and it comes out that that's what she and Liz were talking about. So very interesting happenings at the Metro Court. So Morgan and Dillon are in the elevator together, and Morgan has flowers, and it's just, yeah. So Dillon says that, well, Morgan asks, and Dillon's like, yeah, I'm picking up a coffee and, you know, going back to work. And Morgan's like, oh, you just want to see Kiki? And Dillon's like, yeah, no, I'm just getting a coffee. And Morgan's like, oh, it's so pathetic, and is acting like Dillon's like this pathetic little puppy dog going after Kiki. And Dillon's like, hey, you know, if you're so great, then, you know, why does it bother so much when I'm in the same room as your girlfriend? So at the Metro Court in the restaurant, Kiki called Ava to talk real quick, and she tells Ava that she supports what Morgan did last night, talking to her, and Ava's like, oh, well, did Morgan tell you everything? Like, you know, how he wants to spend the rest of his life with you? So she warns her about Morgan, and Kiki stays steady, not shaken up, and Ava gets a phone call. So Morgan and Dillon come in. Ava sees all this happening, and so Morgan, what am I writing? Oh, Dillon. So Dillon goes off to talk to another waitress about a coffee. I believe her name Sally or Sunny. I did not, it sounded different every time they said it. So this waitress, Sally or Sunny, whatever her name is, seems to be flirting with Dillon quite a bit. So Morgan wants to talk to Kiki about some ideas he has for perks, and she's like, okay, cool, I have a break coming up and we can talk. So Kiki walks right into Dillon with his boiling hot coffee, and yeah, Morgan actually seems annoyed by that. I can't wrap my head around him. ECAT just showed up. So Morgan offers to take Dillon to the hospital if it's really that bad, and Dillon's like, yeah, no, it's fine, like, okay. And Kiki's like, apologizes again, and he's like, yo, it's fine, it was an accident, and he walks away. So Morgan tells Kiki that he rode the elevator with Dillon, and Dillon made it seem like he was going out of his way not to see Kiki, which is just a total lie. So Ava implies to Morgan that she told Kiki everything, and then she leaves. So Kiki asks him what he told Ava, and she said that he says that he told her he was going to marry her, and Kiki's like, what? So he's like, look, I only said it to get a rise out of her. I don't want to not marry you, but I understand it's a long-term thing and it's far off. And Kiki seems to accept that and is more glad, that's not a word, but she's like, I don't know, she accepts it, and I'm just like, run far away, Kiki. Oh, the kitties, stop. At Crimson, Nina apologizes profusely to Carly, and Carly's like, no, I'm here to thank you. So Curtis comes in, and Nina introduces him and says he's the one that narrowed the search down to Nell. Carly thanks him and leaves. So Curtis is there about the bad plastic surgeons article. The Blastic Surgeons, apparently, and he says he has it all like laid out like amazing in his folder. So he says Nina says that he's really the hero when it comes to the whole Jocelyn thing, because, you know, and that she's just feels like she's living vicariously through Carly, and he's like, look, even if you can't have kids, like, that doesn't mean you can't have a fully fulfilled life with the people who love you. Dillon is changing his shirt outside in the lobby of Crimson, and Ava walks up to him and says that she's here to see him. So she wants him to come photograph art, and he says it's not really his thing, but maybe, and she finds a sly way to bring up Kiki. Of course she does. At the hospital, Jax approaches Nell, her name's not Nellie. I don't know why I keep writing Nellie, it's Nell. And Sunny says that they're here to find out if she's Jocelyn's donor, but apparently Jax brought her, so I don't understand that whole beginning interaction. So he says that he's concerned for now, but she's fine. And Monica comes over and she's going to be running the test. Sunny asks Jax why he doesn't want to see if she's the donor, and he says he's afraid, like if it is Nell, that the toll it could take on Jocelyn. So Carly comes and she says she agrees with Jax. Jocelyn doesn't need to know like all of the like details, just that Nell is okay. Like, you know, someone didn't get like, you know, someone's not dead, basically. So Carly thanks Nell again. Nell reiterates again how much it means to her, and if there's, you know, if they're really a match, she can really move on. And Carly sits down with her to get to know her better, and she says she works with kids, so wants to continue doing so. So Monica has the sonogram results already, and the sonogram looks promising for them to being a match, but the only way to know for sure is a kidney biopsy, and it's invasive and could be dangerous with only one kidney. So Nell says okay, and Carly's like, no, let's talk about this. And Nell says she wants to, and Carly's like, no, like I can't let you do that. So Sunny said, after Nell walks away for a second, Sunny says he had his people check out Nell's story, and Jax is super happy about that, by the way. And he's confident that Nell is the donor because apparently his people is Spinelli, and Spinelli found a place that does illegal organ transplants over the Alabama state line, and it's only been shut down for a year, and it was operating during the transplant, and everything checks out. And Carly thanks him, and Jax seems a tinge upset or unsettled. I can't really get a read on it. And he asks, well, now how do we tell Jocelyn if we know for sure? At Perks, Michael and Sabrina are having coffee, and Joe drops off Teddy's blanket, and Michael didn't know that Joe drove her home, and like Michael feels that she avoided the Joe subject on purpose, and how, you know, that could turn into a live omission. And like the Corinthos boys are seriously disappointing me right now. Like, she got to ride home with someone. It's not that big of a deal. She doesn't have to tell you every single thing that happens in her life. Like, if you really don't trust her that much because of what happened before, then don't be together. Like, you can't, please Michael, don't get possessive on me, please. I can only handle one at a time. So Michael seriously puts down Joe's fellowship as nerdy, and I'm like, wow, you're seriously disappointing me today, Michael. And he gets a call from Carly to pick up Jocelyn, bring her right to the hospital. Joe thinks Sabrina's hot and cold with him. I can only imagine why. And I put that in the wrong spot. Okay, I'll just put that towards the end. That's funny. Okay, so back at the hospital, Carly thinks Jocelyn would be grateful, and Nell's a bit nervous, and Carly tells her not to be, that there's something else they need to ask, and Carly tells her that they confirm the timeline. Nell doesn't quite seem totally satisfied, like, I don't know, but Carly says it's proof enough for her, and Nell says, well, now what? And Carly wants to tell Jocelyn she's her donor, which is what she's going to ask her, and Michael comes in with Jocelyn. So now end scene. So Nina has another job for Curtis with overtime, expense account, and a bonus. She wants him to find her a baby. Oh, Nina, please don't. No, you're doing so good. Don't. I'm scared for her. So one of Morgan's ideas were punch cards for Perks. You know, buy 9, get the 10th free, that whole deal. Sponsoring events, and Kiki is concerned with the way he's talking, and he's like, what, do you think I'm manic? And Kiki says, no, I don't think you're manic. It's nice that you have something you're passionate about besides me. So I mean, that is progress, but still not. Look, I don't like Morgan and Kiki together, and part of me likes that Ava's getting involved, but then a part of me is like, it's Ava, and it's fighting. I'm internally having struggles, okay? So Ava says that there's still a connection between he and Kiki, and that he has a chance with her. Joe wants to be in Teddy's life, but he realizes that also means being in Sabrina's life, so they need to find a way to make that happen. Carly tells Jocelyn that Nell's her kidney donor, and Jocelyn is just about in tears. Don't know if those are happy tears, angry tears, sad tears, what kind of tears they are. From the promos, they look like angry tears. And Jason re-proposes to Sam. I know, it's a good day for J-Sam. It really is. It's a good era. We've been through a lot, J-Sam people. So, you know, feel like finally things are working out. Alright, thank you so much for watching today's video. I have a question for you. I haven't totally confirmed it yet, but I am going to be away from August 31st to September 7th, which is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And I'm trying to get a certain person to fill in so that there will be videos up that day, because I will be on a train the majority of that time, and then I will be up in Montana for the middle of that time. So yeah, if anyone lives in Montana, what fun things are there to do in Montana? I have a few days that I need to fill stuff up. It's kind of a spontaneous thing that I've planned. I'm that kind of person. But anyway, so I'm trying to get someone to fill in for that day. E-Cat should still make appearances, maybe. She's right here. It's very hot. I don't want to get her all, you know, she gets very, you've seen her. She's very, particular. Is there anything else? I think that was all. Yes, and I will see. Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow on time for more General Hospital, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.